Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh, and I am known as Working Man Reads here on YouTube, Instagram, and even Xbox. My favorite video game actually just went cross-play, so if any of you guys have PC or PlayStation, feel free to add me. I'd love to play games with you. Yeah, Apex, that is. Side note, though, I want to say RIP to Eddie Van Halen. Actually, Jay Maddox, he dropped a video tonight, and yeah, it was very heartfelt. You can tell that he loves his music. I really felt that. Personally, I never really was big on Van Halen, but I do want to give respect. He is a rock god, and definitely go check out his music, go check the band's music out. And yeah, I guess he lost his battle with cancer. So again, I want to remind everybody that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but let's use it as cancer for everybody. You know, men, women, anything. Just, you know, screw cancer. So the Yankee Southerner, he tagged me in a original book tag that he created called the Writer's Book Tag. If you're not a fan, or if you haven't checked out the Yankee Southerner reads yet, I'm going to link to his video down below. He's going to be participating in NaNoWriMo. He is a way better writer than I am. I don't even really consider myself a writer. I just write for fun at this point, but I am trying to get a short story done so that I can start submitting some stuff for anthologies and actually let you guys finally read something. So I did also want to clarify something from my last video. This is going to just be a hangout and kind of an all over the place video, but Calvin Ellis's book, In the Gristmill Hills, or In the Hills Above the Gristmill, God, I'm already off to a good start here, was self-published, and I was having a brain fart on my video the other day, but this is an outstanding hardcover. I am going to read it myself and be able to do a good review for it, but I wanted to make sure I clarified that because that is important because of how good the quality is of this. I keep shifting. It's driving me nuts. I'm shifting. Yeah, the quality is so good on this hardcover. I wanted to make sure that it was known that he killed it on that, and it is self-published. So he is an independent author. Next up, I want to do a quick review of a true crime story that my wife and I watched last night, and we were only supposed to start it, but it was gripping and emotional, and we ended up watching the whole hour-and-a-half thing, and it was American Murder, The Family Next Door, and the way that they filmed it, you knew the entire time what happened, because if you just know, especially horror fans, like if you are probably watching my channel, you are a horror fan, you kind of knew what was possible. And God, I was like gripping the couch. I was so angry while watching it, but it was horrifying and horrible. And I hope there's a special place in hell for this gentleman. Man, if he's not a case for just bringing back public hangings, I don't know what is, but let's not get into that too much, but definitely go watch it on Netflix if you enjoy true crime. But yeah, that was rough. So yeah, I think we're good. I think I clarified everything that I had to do. Question number 1 in the Writer's Book Tag original from Paul over at Yankee Southerner is, number 1, what is your favorite genre to write? I write suspenseful, thriller, or horror novels, maybe some like supernatural, some emotional vibes, you know, graphic things, just fun. I actually, a couple stories were like satire horror, like, not satire, but like fun, like humorous horror stories, and those are actually some of my favorite ones that I wrote so far. But do you prefer to write short stories or novels? At this point, I am working on 2 novellas. One's almost done, and then mostly short stories because I think that that's going to be my way to test the waters and see if people enjoy it. See if they enjoy, like, okay, Josh, that was actually pretty good. I want more. Or, dude, you suck ass. Definitely keep working, but that was rough. All right, number 2, do you prefer to write short... Oh, that was the answer that I just gave. I'm an idiot. Number 3, who inspired you to write? I'd say all the independent author friends that I got kind of prompted me to think like, hey, it's fun and it's something I've always enjoyed doing. So why not give it a go? I would say the mainstream people, like Stephen King, I enjoy him. Um, yeah, just I'm just in awe of what some people can do and the skill that they have in the art craft of writing a book. So, do you have a writing muse? Well, I would say my wife is very supportive of me doing something that is a good hobby that's fun to do, or something that I'm passionate about. Where like she doesn't, you know what I mean? I would say my wife. I would say my wife is definitely my muse for trying to be more successful at anything I do. I can thank her for letting me spend all this time doing these videos and being supportive along the way, making me this office. Just my best friend. So, number 5, do you do NaNoWriMo or are you going to? It's intimidating to me at this point because of the limited time that I have. I have made a video in the past about how much I just have to dictate what time I allot or, to accomplish different things that I need to do. My job's going to be picking up because it's heating season. So I have a lot of excuses of why it's a bad time for me to do NaNoWriMo because October, November, and December, early December are my busiest time for my job because the temperature's changing. People are starting to fire up their heat, and if something doesn't work, they're calling me. I also have quite a few on-calls in the fall because I had an easier summer where a lot of the other guys were on call more than me. So the fall is rough for HVAC guys like me commercially. So, all right. So, but I might try. Should be the answer. Yes or no? I would say no, but I'm gonna try. I've floated the idea in my head, but I just don't know if I would definitely be as successful as like Paul is going to be. Number 6, do you like live write-ins? I'm not sure. I should have paid. I think Paul told me what it was on his video, but I'm not sure what that. I would assume maybe like a live stream of me writing. I suck, so probably not. I don't want the judgment of it. Maybe someday, like if I start being a little bit more, I could do this about writing, then I would love to show people. I really just want to get something out there, like maybe even like a novelette or like a 20-page little story that I can release for everybody to read here. That has been kind of following my channel. I want to see what everybody thinks about my imagination that I do feel I have. So why not, Are you a pantser, plotter, or a plantster? Now, this was cool. I never knew. It was cool. He explained what a plantser is, and basically you do a little bit of plotting, like you kind of have character summaries, you got where you want the story to go, maybe even a middle and a beginning, so you kind of do a little bit of both. You're a plotter and a pantser. I would say I'm a plantser. I usually, if I have short stories, I might just have an idea where I want the story to go, and then I just sit down and I make it happen. But with my novelette or my novellas, I do have like little character descriptions in these notebooks. I have like a notebook. And I feel like I missed a question. Yeah, I did. I missed number 7. It's going to be okay. I have like these notebooks and I write like, John Smith, and he works at a laundromat, and his wife was killed 6 years ago in a car accident, and he has been an emotional wreck, and he's fallen into drug abuse and depression, and then he snaps one day, and then so now I have an idea where the story is going to go. That was just stupid me throwing stuff out, but so so I know, okay, I'm going to open up, he's in in his laundromat, he's fallen asleep because he's just spent the whole night on a bender, and all of a sudden somebody comes in, and it's the perfect moment for him to finally kill somebody. So there you go. That's a horror story that's what I do though. And then I write all that stuff down, and and then I kind of have an idea where I want the story to go. And so yeah, number 7 was, do you write your first draft on paper or computer? So like I just said, I do notes, hard copy, like in a notebook, like an old school, just in a notebook, like period points, just this is the story title, which is usually a working title. But my first drafts are actually usually on my phone. I have an LG V60, and it actually will flip and turn into a keyboard. And no lie, I'll write my story wherever. And usually the first draft is done on my phone, and then I do Google Docs, and it shares with my my desktop here. And so long, when I get home, I can then edit my first draft, and then edit that draft, and then edit that draft, and then never release the story. So I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, so that was a fun little tag. I want to see Nick do it. He was already tagged by Paul, but I definitely want to see Nick over at Spooky Noodles do this. I'd love Sion Das to let me know some of his answers and maybe a text message. But yeah, so if you've been watching this, definitely if you're a writer, do this. I'm not an author. I just do it for fun at this point. But I'm thinking definitely maybe even around Christmas time I might have something. I'm working on 2 things that I've seen on Instagram where different publishers are looking for people for anthologies with like story types. The problem with that is I have all these stories, but none of them fit the criteria for the anthology. So I might just put out my own thing, I guess, because all my stories are like different subject matters, which is perfect probably for a collection. But I'd like to first start off with just maybe one release, like what a lot of people do, and see what people think, you know. And yeah, so that's been Working Man Reads. Like I said, follow me on Instagram, like, comment, subscribe, please. I appreciate everything that I get, every comment I get. You guys are much appreciated. And yeah, stay safe out there, guys. Peace.